Hello and welcome back. Now on day one of the 12 Bakes of Christmas, I showed you my recipe for mincemeat and hopefully you've made that and it's all jarred up and maturing somewhere in a cupboard, because now I'm going to show you a really awesome way of using it in a very untraditional cupcake. This is a Crumbs and Doilies special and we do it every year around holiday time, and it's the mince pie cupcake. And to start with, I'm going to make some short crust pastry to make these cute little pastry toppers. So I've got a little food processor here, which is really sweet, and in there I have 110 grams of plain flour. I'm going to add 50 grams of chopped unsalted butter. This is really cold butter, so that's very important. And I'm going to blitz that up just for a couple of minutes until it goes to like a fine breadcrumb consistency. Right, that's ready. So now I'm just going to put this into a big bowl, along with a pinch of salt. And then I'm going to make a little well in the middle just using my fingers. And into that I'm going to pour a tablespoon of very cold water and just mix it around with a fork. I'm going to stir this until I get clumps forming, and I like to use a fork for this rather than a spoon, just because I think the prongs of the fork help kind of cut through the mixture. And once it starts to clump, it's now time to turn it out onto a worktop. I'm not going to flour it because there's already quite a bit of flour in here, and I'm just going to bring it all together with my hands. So once it's all come together, it'll still be quite crumbly, so you just need to give it a really brief knead until it's smooth. So now that it's all in a ball, I'm going to flatten it a little bit into a disc, wrap it in cling film for about half an hour while I get on with the next bit. Now while my pastry's chilling out in the fridge, I'm going to get on with making my cupcake batter, and I've already got 125 grams of self-raising flour in a sieve. I've got 2 teaspoons of mixed spice, a quarter of a teaspoon of ground ginger, and also a quarter of a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. I've also got my sugars, so I've got 65 grams of caster sugar and 60 grams of light soft brown sugar, and that's going to give it a really nice caramelly flavour. And now I'm going to add the fruit, and I've got 75 grams of mincemeat which I made, and if you didn't make mincemeat then you can buy this at the supermarket if you like. And I've also got 3 tablespoons of currants which I've soaked in brandy, and they're going to go into the bowl as well. Now it's time for the butter, and I've got 100 grams of burnt butter. Now burnt butter is made just by putting it in a saucepan, stirring it for about 5 minutes over a low heat until little brown specks start to form and it smells really nutty. And I did that, and then I let it solidify, so put it in a kind of cool place, and it's gone a kind of solid liquid. So I'm going to add that, along with 40 grams of regular unsalted soft butter and 2 large free-range eggs, and mix that all up on a medium speed for about a minute. And once that's all come together, you just need to add 1.5 tablespoons of whole milk as well. And just beat that for another 30 seconds. Right, now it's time to put this into my paper cases, and this is enough mixture for 12 regular sized cupcakes. I've already got my tin lined with really cute little Christmassy paper cases, and I'm just going to scoop them in about 2/3 of the way full. And now I'm going to bake those at 170 degrees C for about 20 minutes until the tops are nice and springy. While my cakes are cooking, I'm going to get on with making my little pastry toppers. So I've taken my pastry out of the fridge now, and I'm going to just lightly dust my surface. I'm rolling it out to be about 4 millimeters thick, and I'm turning it every now and then so that it doesn't stick to the worktop. And once it's at the right thickness, it's time to cut out the little topper shapes that we're going to put on the cake. And you can use whatever Christmassy shape you like. I'm going to go with hearts and stars. Before I bake these, I'm going to give them an egg wash, and that's going to give them a nice shiny glaze on top, and I'm also going to sprinkle them with Demerara sugar for a bit of crunch. So now you need to bake these. So once your cupcakes have come out of the oven, whack the temperature up to 180 degrees C and bake them for 10 minutes. My cakes are out of the oven and they're cooling down, so I'm going to get on with making the buttercream, and I'm going to make a brandy and orange buttercream, starting with 150 grams of soft unsalted butter, and I'm going to whip that up on a medium to high speed for about 5 minutes. All right, it's gone lovely and pale and fluffy, so now it's time to add the sugar. And I've got 340 grams of icing sugar. I've sifted it already, and I'm gonna add it in 2 stages, beating for about 3 minutes after each one. Once all your icing sugar's in, it's time to get the flavors going. So I'm gonna first of all zest an orange straight into the bowl. And then with the mixer on a low speed, I'm going to add the liquid, and I'm going to be using brandy and orange juice, 2 tablespoons of each. I'm just going to get this going and then pour it in. Okay, my icing is ready. It's lovely and whippy and it smells amazing. So now it's time to get decorating. And there you go, really, really cute little mince pie cupcakes packed with fruit with a hint of booze, but not too much, and these are perfect for Christmas. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've been enjoying my 12 bakes of Christmas, and if you've missed any, then you can check them all out on this special 12 bakes playlist. And if you want to see more of me, then you can like my Facebook page. I'll put a link to that in the description box below, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Cupcake Jemma. I'll be back on Tuesday with more festive frivolities, so I'll see you then. Bye!